Awakened by the 40. Black Pirate King says, I think Neil Druckmann and The Last of Us 2 had an influence on God of War Ragnarok. Look at that palace, it's beautiful. Look how dark it is. I actually agree with it. Because I see them follow each other on Twitter. They have to. Everybody's in the same area over there in the gaming companies. So usually, that's the thing. Like even back with the PS2 days, they're all in the same area. They're all making it in California. Most of these big name PS2 games. So if you think about it, Jak II, remember Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter, same office, like literally across the fucking hallway. So these guys used to be like skateboarder bros and all this shit back in this era where everybody was like, cool dude, radical, God of War, masculine, toxic masculine energy, Sly Cooper, a thief, and all this shit. And then like slowly through the years, you start to see more and more soy incorporated, and as you can see, Abby and Owen were spawned. And they're all in the same area, so they all start having influences on one another, and everything's gotten pretty soft. That's what I'm trying to say. In 2023. Then you got these toxic ass male characters that would get canceled so quick. Grimsguards of the Force was a pain, and too bad the palace comes down in Jak 3. Yeah, I hated the fact that they destroyed my giant palace. Jak 3, it bothered me. Boo, Abby, boo. The city ruins in Jak 3. It hurt, because you've spent so many times playing this game and redoing it over and over, then you see the city ruins, and it's just empty, no humans, it's quiet, the flames are burning the other parts of the thing, and it's like, ouch. I think Jak and Daxter has a multiverse. I mean, probably with Mar and the parallel timelines. Technically, Jak is Time Patroller Trunks. Gotta protect the timeline without realizing it. This is Jak off the Henny in his youth, so he doesn't know about his future or his past or anything like that, what he's supposed to do. It's just Jak off the Henny in this game. And that's why I think it's the best one. It's godless. This man is like, we are so far removed from the precursors. The first one, we're talking about precursors and Gaul and Maya and their connections. This one, forget the precursors. Even if we got the tombs, this is off the Henny. This is Gotham City. Make me the people. The self-fulfilling loop. Yup. And we're in like the most drowned out consciousness of this in the first game where he gets his voice. So you know what I mean? Yeah. Curry says you think the only female sub who grew up watching. I actually have a decent female fan base. I think it like some really cool female fans that play Jak and Daxter. But it's so I don't think I've ever met one in real life, and that's what would be failing to like register in my head. Any woman I've ever seen like talk about Jak and Daxter always calls this the elf people game. So for me, it's like, damn, there's a huge difference in the gap of the people. And like, look at this. With the underground, this is how it felt like. This is the area I felt like I was living in when I got this game in 2003. Like this exact ghetto ass area, this armpit of the city. I wish you had a better view of it, like when you're like going through it. Damn, hey, yo, you in my face and shit, bro. Because it actually felt cozy when I was going through here. This feels like a cozy area. I always love coming through here because of the nostalgia of the game. But then if you see it from like a different perspective, like from down here, yo, it looks pretty shitty. And then you have this giant sign declaring that we're here and whatnot. You like the cancel Jak 4 design? I gotta look back at the pictures. I think he looked kind of mid. He looked like a downgrade from this one. I would have rather this look right here, but in HD. A blast from the past. Oh, it's the crocodile. Yo, one Crimson Guard shot, and then I literally disappear from the timeline.
I want you boys to escort the kid over to Core at the power station. He promised to look out for the boy, and I'm just too busy to babysit right now. Oh, and take the kid's crocodile with you. Oh, isn't he sweet?
So what's this kid's story?
I found him just wandering the streets.
Look, he looks at the statue.
His neck means he may
The hairline.
be the lost heir to the city. Take the kid and the mother.
And that script's Mar, and he's from the Mar family, and he looks like Mar, and he's wearing the same exact shit. Is that what Jak's gonna look like when he's like 50? That hairline? Someone should make an age version of the kid.
Hey kid, wait! Come back!
Can I punch him? I'm beating the shit out of myself. This is for your good. This is for your good, kid. This is for your good.
Leave the kid alone.
Well, I can beat him. Look at that crocodile. That's literally her. Be lumpkin. They better not spawn these guards behind me. You grew up on this in like since I was quitting YouTube. Was that from like a video from like a year ago or over a year ago? I was quitting YouTube and then things changed. Now we're still persevering. Still fighting the good fight. I can't give up. Alex like really just pulled me back into the game. Oh shit. Yeah, this kid better not get arrested, I swear to God. What a cute little kid. I'm sure he's not important in any way. I'm sure his father is one of the best characters in the city. Damus in this game, once again, Dragon Ball reference. It felt like Bardock. Deadbeat daddy, but still badass.
Stole it from me. I was busy begging the Aphrodite's Smargus, and they took you in the underground. They moved you away from me. Son, give me Rye, Davis. I'm tired of clapping cheeks. I look back.
Let's take this vehicle and go on top so I don't get ambushed and lose any more HP. Taking 2 hits already, which is more than I can. Yeah, they even did the HP system better in Jak III. Not child abuse, this is self-harm. This is self-harm. Self-harm awareness. I peek-a-pee, peek-a-pee, peek-a-pee. Pika, pika. Jak and Daxter look like privileged. And he looks like he's privileged. And Daxter does look like a hybrid of Jak and Ferris. Can Dax look cute? They're not done put up. Yes, I agree. And they did charm mechanics and mixed open world it would pass. What? Get in the car. He gets in the car like. You can lose this mission if you lose sight of the kid. This mission was AIDS too as a kid. Yo, we have a whole squad of the crocodile. Look at this, the goober. We got so far away. I always loved having a full vehicle of digital friends. I was a lonely ass kid. Bro, I love this shit. I was like, yo, we have a whole squad of full ass vehicle. And it's like we're always going to war or battle or some shit. It was in that hole. Alright, let's land this. Eagle's about to go on fire. We made it to the power station, right? Get your ass out of the vehicle. Okay, this was made unnecessarily difficult for no reason. This kid has to do his little pitter-patter walk up this path of death. It's like he's walking to a guillotine where they killed Gold Roger or some shit. And the guards are still not spawning in. What you looking at? Shoot this guy. Now they're spawning up here. They could have maybe, like, this seems like it's a walkway, but you're still able to draw vehicles up here. So they don't give me no tickets or nothing in this game, and he's getting shots on me. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Okay, we made it. I was 1 HP.
Simus told us to bring the kid to you.
Thank you. I'll be sure to keep.
Especially Core, one of the most well-written villains of all the entire series.
Interesting. That insufferable mutt never liked anyone but the boy before.
Like, this dude was a killer for real.
I hope we have enough eco to keep the metalheads at bay. During my travels in the deep wasteland, I saw some of the bigger ones.
Core.
Awesome creatures.
This is why Jak II is the best one for me. The villain Core. His genius. He actually got a body count.
I have some valuable information for you. The Baron is
Golemaya ain't got the same body count.
at the dig. He is still
Errol don't got the same body count.
ridiculous tomb. Frankly,
Crocodile
I don't
won.
know if it exists. But you might as well go out there and disrupt.
Man, that's
its
what Hercules used to do to me. My dog used to do
Knock
spiteful
down
shit like
all
that.
the scaffolding at the site. That should set him back.
Who would you
There
say
an
is
air
Core's
train
Dragon Ball
pass to get
equivalent?
you out there.
There was one. Look at that ancient cutscene. We touched the Gerb's hand. I touched my Gerb hand. Very friendly and Gerby. That same icon right there looked like some kind of fusion of the Crimson Guard vehicle plus. To me, it never looked like a truck. It always looks like a red mecha second form Frieza. Oh yeah, Core. Who is he? In Dragon Ball. Noah, maybe. There was somebody that he related to though. No. Bro pulled an Odin. Can totally trust him. Kakashi Senpai. Maya's bad as fuck. Evil mastermind. Did he? What did you guys say core is? I need help with this. I love how that car just went overboard. This was part of the Jak II commercial they used to hype me up. Just seeing him fly away from the city. I don't know what it was. As a GURB, you just felt like life through these characters in the whole city and seeing all these new places. I actually felt like I was there. I felt way more immersed than I do now. To me, to get that same level of immersion, I gotta play this in VR. I feel like it's like you gotta get to a deeper Sword Art Online experience. Pause. Of course, doing so much for the war effort. What a great guy.
Core, something off? Core's such a nice guy.
That's literally what I was thinking throughout this whole thing. I was like, wow,
Core, you've been really looking out for me ever since I got out of jail. I appreciate you, man.
I don't know who gave these guys grenade launchers. What was the purpose of this shit? Because these are the weakest weapons they ever pull out. This should have been the early weapons for these GURBs. The devil was in plain sight. That's probably the creepiest but most amazing way to put it. That's what I loved about it.
Break all the support cables.
You gotta break all the support cables. Shit. And you gotta grind, and if they tap you, you die. Look at that thing. Look at that bomb. Why does that look so glitched? Why does that look cursed? The dig site could have been where the red sage was. That was another thing that could also incorporate like more of the one-to-oneness of where the areas were. Like if you see the red sage's hut, the yellow sage's hut, Gallimaya Citadel. And also for Jak III, I think if they ever remake the whole story, get rid of Arrow as the main villain. Make him the side mission villain or the side boss. Like one of the minions of the final boss, but he's like a superpowered version of himself. Because I always liked the rivalry in this game. He looked way better in this game. It was like a Majin Vegeta type, not Majin Vegeta, but like a Vegeta and Goku type of rivalry in this game with Kira and their abilities and their build. But he was not main villain prowess, even after his Dark Eco Freak transformation. It should have been Gallimaya coming back with him as like a big side mission type of thing. These barrel physics, they should have had more of those around the city. Oh my god, I'm getting hit everywhere. Guys are, yo, okay, I dissed this grenade launcher shit, and now it's actually they are trying to peg me. And of course, you talk shit, you get hit. It's the natural karma of video games. You know, he's just trying to run up on me. They know I'm supposed to grind with these rails, and they're just being dicks. These jumps are tough to chain, but we're on my Tony Hawk skateboard park type of shit, dude. We got 6 more. I think they're all in front of me. Why? Choice waves. Choice. Hey, we got 3 more. Bro, I got 3 more, and they're chucking grenades left, right, and center. I can't get on the railing. If they shot the railing, I would have been pissed. We actually managed to do it. Hoo-wah. We try so hard to do this mission in one fluid rail grind. Yes, same. It would be so much more satisfying. And they shot me in the balls. Oh. This part for you was cancer when you play this. Most of these missions, everyone has a cancer mission story with at least one trial through all these missions. I don't think anybody on the first playthrough as a girl beat these all in one go. Everyone could view one of these missions as like cancer, which I think was fine because it prolonged the gameplay time and the time I spent in the world. But talking about these games in school and like, yo, did you beat that mission or this mission was always fun. I remember San Andreas, people kept talking about some kind of helicopter mission that everybody used to get stuck at. Getting stuck at missions was great. But if Mizo survived the explosion, that's also another one. Mizo survives the explosion somehow, some way. He really shouldn't have, but even if he did, teams up with Rain or does something or fights off with Rain in Crash City. That, Crash City, Haven City, and Sparkus City, those 3 should have been the main cities, or whatever Jak 5 should have been, and it would have been epic. You could have cycled around all 3, add some more detail to them, add some PS5 graphics to them. add some more gun mods, add an EXP system, add a little bit more combat, make the combat the way they kind of do it after like an Arkham Asylum, where it's like chained and comboed. And then what do you got? You got a AAA title worth $1 million. Fire Neil Druckmann. All right, pal.
Seal off the area.
Around this whole thing. We need some boats. We need some water missions too. Some more underwater. Maybe some underwater diving. They don't have no underwater diving in this really. Besides that one mission in the Titan suit. We need more utilization of that Titan suit. We need a better Titan suit, one that kind of moves around a little bit more fluidly, like an upgraded version of that as well. We need some hover cars out here in the street from Coliseum. Even if it was a cheat, that would be fun. Crash City definitely need more expansion. Yes, yes, we should have been able to walk around that shit like it was that Crash CTR game, that tag team racing game. Always be saying this. Make TLF obsolete. I saw the early plans with it, and you remember that old guy that kind of looks like Vin? I mean, when they had the original voice actor on the leaked footage, it looks like it was promising, and then they kind of just ripped that shit to shreds. But oh well. I even forgot the dude's name, even though we've seen this character so many times in The Lost Frontier. That old guy, what was his name? Olaf? Yeah, I don't know. How Olaf looking.
Jack, we've still got
What was his
trouble
name?
with the
The
strip mine. I
Explorer?
think the Baron set me up.
Strip mine. Everyone's trying to kill me. Everyone's trying to set me up.
This bomb mission was also cancer. Trying to figure out how to throw the freaking bomb in here. Go up and you actually have to hit the X button. It does not tell you this.
One well down. 5 to go.
I remember I used to grind on these rails so many times. I'm like, yo, he's not chucking the freaking bomb. And they don't give you no button highlights.
For history. 4 left.
This game feels so polished and fluidly and perfectly designed, but then when you go back to it like 20 years later and you look at all these small details, they were vague with a lot of this shit, bro. Would you play the Ezio trilogy? I would if I had it. Is there trophies for that? And is it remastered on PS5 or anything?
That's the 4th well. 2 bad boys left.
Look at that color. They turn purplish and it has that ominous feeling. This whole area has this nice purplish tintish vibe. We have a precursor orb. Gonna go around this obstacle course. This part right here. I remember I used to walk this shit. I was afraid of using the jet board, but you know what? That's what you're supposed to do. Going through this with this music. Being super, super high paced to go underneath here. Where is the platform there? Is you gotta make sure you spot. I was holding L1 and he took that shit away and jumped off, and now I have 6 more to go again. Bruh. I was holding L1 and he put away the jet board. He glitched and put it away. I did not. There's no way in hell did I push R2. I didn't push R2. My finger is pulling the trigger up. Yo, it's glitched. Did not push R2. Did not push R2. He puts it away when you press X at some of this. That is the worst thing to happen. Touch that Dark Eco. I wish also another upgrade that they could do as well, instead of just having Dark Eco orbs, if you have pools of Dark Eco like that, have him press L2 instead of just transforming. Damn it. Have him press L2 or something and charge up off of the Dark Eco, similar to the way Cole does from Infamous. Like he charges up Dark Eco off of that. All this electricity got my ideas sparking.
That's 1 well down. 5
Yo,
to go.
Prince, much love to you, bro. Yeah, my boy carried the sub goal. We gotta get that new emote.
2 wells in history. 4 left.
Holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy, the Prince of Dubai. Taroku. No. Oh no.
And this jet board doesn't have that automatic turn back, so you gotta do this full 360. And if you don't have that oomph,
3 wells cooked. Only
this
3
whole
to
mission
go.
is just a big blue ball. Kellen wishes there was an Infamous 3, so do I. So do I. I kinda wanna go back to Infamous 1. I honestly, I should have pulled that. I wanna go back and replay Infamous 1. On PC, with some enhanced graphics. Maybe go for the platinum on that shit too if I could, if I couldn't. I would love to 100% that get the platinum.
Only a minute before we're toast.
If it was better on PlayStation Now or some shit, you know what I mean? Because I never really got the platinum on that. Gotta be careful with touching buttons here.
We got the 5th well. Only 1 to go.
Yo, he puts the board away by random. What the fuck is this?
Seconds left. Then we go boom.
Am I thinking about the wrong mission? The last one's where you rescued Vin. Oh. The bomb blows up, you die. Oh shit. Boom. Wow. I actually forgot that one's by Vin. I always be confusing this one where you gotta jump in the crate. This mission was canceled for me as a kid though. This X button shit. And the jetboard's not even complete. Jetboard feels amazing. It's better than most games and whatever. But then once they surpass the next game, it's like, bro, you guys didn't have the turnaround thing. It's like you guys made your own self look obsolete, which is what you're supposed to do. But man, these ideas have already been implemented. Put them together. Have a Jak and Daxter game. You have a brand new, fresh Jak and Daxter game. Let's see if we can make this jump. Do some ballsy shit. Come on.
Now we're going Ultra Instinct Date Bio. Power of the Date Bio. Into the well with the cannonball. And the Precursor Orb. Past the chainsaw. Just pray that this dude doesn't put away the board when I'm trying to jump. I'm not pushing L2 or R2, so I'm just gonna keep my fingers off of that shit. Nowhere near that stuff. If I push X at the edge of this, oh my god. He'd be putting this shit away, so.
Next time we play, let's do a death count. We should. But I'm dying with, hey yo!
Hey yo, Big Bang.
Thank goodness you blew up those wells. I sure don't want any more metalheads coming around here. Good work, boys. I owe you one.
Renegade Jak in the bottom left too. He looks so badass.
Brain wreck. Vin sure is scared of metalheads.
And for good reason. I love how Core comes in, gasses himself up, and then he decides to dip. And then here's the mission where he just says, you know what? This is the toughest mission in the entire game. Hero mode. I haven't beaten this mission on hero mode since what, 2016 or some shit? And I remember it took us like hours to drill platform. This is the cancer mission of all cancer missions. This is it. This is by far the worst mission in this game. I remember spending many mornings, hour after hour after hour, trying to beat this game on hero mode. Thinking that hero mode, if I beat hero mode, I would get light Jak, because hero mode is what that sounds like. Thinking that I'd finally be able to fly through the city. I don't know what kind of Peter Pan Return to Neverland Disney shit was going through my head, but I always just wanted to fly through the city like an eagle. From Spyro to Jak and Daxter to everything, scaling every building, wall, all that good shit. I wanted to be able to climb the buildings and all these things like the way they did in Infamous.
Hey yo, Bing Bong, Bing Bong. This is a New York subway stop. Bing Bong, Bing Bong. Bing Bong, fuck your life. Bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, on a hero. M&M's. Got 10 more. They come from up top. The AIDS mission.
We need like a grenade launcher on this thing. And for real, an EXP system would be nice. Like, look at that. They're just eating that shit. Just eating that shit to the face. 22. Hero mode is actually mastered Ultra Instinct Jak. That's what I use. That's what I call Light Jak. It's MUI. Then Dark Jak is Ultra Ego. Jak literally looks like granola. The whole granola arc seems like it was Jak and Daxter based, my guy. Even the frickin' Scouter. Give Jak the Sharingan or some shit. I would like to see Jak and Daxter with some Naruto influence in there. This guy's chilling underneath. Why is some of these just be chilling underneath? Got like 4 coming up. 4 coming up. I'll let your boy next week.
Yup, money. Pull out, Shimola.
5 more.
5. Freaking. Shut up, insane. Shut them all out. Hooah.
if this game was remade, there needs to be a lock-on feature that I agree with, or like an aim down sight, an actual aim down sight feature, like Uncharted. One of the two. I feel like I'd rather Uncharted. Like Uncharted 1, Uncharted 2. When I first played those games and got that aiming system down, that shit was so fun. So I feel like being able to, even when you're running from the Crimson Guard, you kind of like paste up on the wall. It's in the game to kind of do that. You just have to have an aim down sight. The most AIDS mission. But still one of the coolest missions for this part right here. Like this was the coolest shit. Not this guy. This is Fred Fred. I don't know why he hides down there. This shit right here. This was dope. The music, the adrenaline. I feel my eyes like dilating. I feel like if you just sniff that white stuff and you're just like, ugh. The music, these turrets, these giant ass explosions, this eco platform. I'm shooting this with a freaking turret. This big name, Indiana Jones. Tom Cruise type of missions. The testosterone. This was fun. I wish this was something you could do more often. Get some parts or some shit from destroying these things. Some more EXP from destroying these ships. But taking on this with a drill platform. This was the fun part of the mission. That part right there at the beginning though, that is the most AIDS sequence in the entire game. We have tanks that can auto lock you. You got all sorts of shit that can hit you in these quests, these missions. You got invisible enemies in the forests, tanks that auto lock you. But those guys, those 40 dudes that are just lined up there ready to run a bang bro strain on you, nah, I'm good. Hero mode, it's almost unbeatable for like 4 hours, and there goes the tanker. That shit could sit right there. The musical fighting practice at the Palace of Core. Yo, they should have reused some Jak 1 OST sounds for some of this. I mean, I love Jak 2 OST, but Jak 1 OST. Why are they still out here? Jak 1 OST for certain moments or climactic moments. That would be very, very auspicious. Jak 3, the power station with the mech suit was canceled, trying to escape it before it explodes. Power station. I'm drawing a blank when thinking about that one. You mean for Jak 2? The mech suit at the top and then escaping, right? Yeah, that mission's also. There's a lot of cancel missions, but I still love the game. Because once you beat it, it's like, yeah, it feels satisfying. It's such a tough mission. And it also felt good as a kid before the internet. Like, this game was great before the internet and after the internet. Here's why. Minus this AIDS thing right here. Let's just take this out. Before the internet, there were certain parts that most people that I knew couldn't even beat the game. Like, I had cousins that couldn't beat this game. And you get to certain parts and certain missions, and people wouldn't know what would happen next because we barely had the internet back then. We had dial-up connections and stuff from my classes. So kids didn't know what would happen. We had no YouTube. YouTube was like, this is 2003, so it's not even existing yet. But nobody knew what would happen at the end of the games unless you talked about it through word of mouth. And these kids, some of them wouldn't be able to beat the game, so you would be like the only one that knew the secret of the story, of the characters, the lore. That was the good part about it. That was pre-internet. Then post-internet, that's when I got the remastered collection, and that's when we all became like a cult that still worships this game 20 years later and gives it the props that it deserves, but nobody acknowledges it, especially Neil Druckmann. He's busy trying to have Abby and Owen bend over. Like, which is more beautiful, Jak and Daxter's story or Abby and Owen's? You let me know in the comment section below when you guys see this. This is gonna be posted on Super St. Paul Gaming. We're streaming live on Super St. Paul, multiple channels. Everybody, baby. The area you gotta blow up the station with the mech through with Jak 3, you hated it?
Proving to be quite an asset. Without Eco, the Baron will soon topple, and the city's future will be in our hands.
Not the Eco. The Baron will topple, and we destroyed these Eco tankers. They're playing chess right in front of our eyes, and this looks like the snowy mountains from Jak 1, and all these guys trying to line up and shoot me. I will take you out. I could spare you. I can't even aim. Goodbye, my Washinuru.
This looks like the Uncharted 2 Snowy Mountains. I love this music though, it makes me feel like a CIA agent, some Agent Cody Banks type of shit. I'll let you boy, we outside.
Onan's hut, Onion's hut. It calls me. I'm pretty sure Onan has conquered some new level of Hurry. I don't know why. Random ADHD thought. I would picture like Odin, because Odin's a woman. I thought it was an old man when I was a kid for the first playthrough, but Odin's a woman until they mention that she's a girl. Odin gives me Wind Waker Beatles vibes. What's his name? Bee's shop. The guy that's in the shop that sells the pears and the baits and shit that's on the ship that's always in the water. The guy that runs the general store in Wind Waker. I feel like Odin and Beetle. I feel like they're a couple. I just slapped her in the face with a jetboard and it glowed just to kind of show that I gave her an imprint on her face. Slam Mountain. The Ezio trilogy has trophies for each game. Is it on PS4, PS5? Let's go. I would try Ezio. I mean, not Ezio. Assassin's Creed 2. I might go for that one. That one's my favorite. That one a Black Flag, but Ezio, I would love to try.
I've got suspicious activity in this sector.
You jump back on Raging Blast 2 the other day. They don't make Dragon Ball games like that. They don't. They don't. Ow. What does Onion have for us?
The Bird Brain and I were just talking about you, Jak. Onan is very proud of what you did.
What I did?
This is a no-hover zone!
What did you do? It's the Snowy Mountains. Assassin's Creed Collections on PS4/PS5 with trophies. We might have to do a playthrough on that.
Nothing so far.
Yo, I'm telling you, these guys all look like New York deli people. I said the old hag. You love every Assassin's Creed game, Bengals? I haven't played Assassin's Creed since I got Origins years ago as a present, but I didn't even play through that one. I think the last one that I really loved was Black Flag. I love Assassin's Creed, but it's just been so long without Desmond. Ezio was goated. And we knew it, that's why they kept just year after year of gaming. Ezio in that PlayStation for Michael commercial. Marco, when the Templars murdered my family. Pepperoni pizza slices. The tomb's entrance. Ooh, crisp into the freezer, mecha Fred freezer thingy. There's a rage and a dark Jak. I always imagined the palace had more of an interior. Me too. It was so small compared to what it. I love how they redesigned this whole area so quick. It was literally just here. But I wanted to see more of that palace. That would have been good too. Even adding like other rooms. Ever played any Naruto games? We did Naruto Storm on the channel. Naruto Storm 3 and 4. Way back in the day. Oh shit. Is this the one where I have to hit the switches? I love how the whole place just gets infested by metalheads and all the subliminal coding of the messages they're trying to send into our heads with what's happening. Literally, we just had the Baron's people, the Baron's forces throwing grenades at us. Giant drill. War sent us here, and now all of a sudden, it's infested with metalheads the day after. 5 buttons to press. I feel like this game just has such a good control scheme that you overlook a lot of things because it feels so polished, and it still works. Like some of these missions, they're not as polished as you know they can be, yet they still feel satisfying to beat. They're still satisfying to play, and Spike didn't even spin around and hit me. It still feels satisfying to replay and all that. I don't know if it's because it's so difficult that it just feels satisfying to win, or that was the intentional design. I don't know what it is. The psychology of this game is top tier, because if you think about it, if it was too easy, right, will we feel as satisfied with this game? Do you guys think you guys would feel as satisfied beating this game? I honestly don't think so. After all these playthroughs, I don't think I would. I think it would have been an afterthought if it was too easy. If Ratchet Clank had EXP, Jak and Daxter has more skill. Sly Cooper has unlocks and stuff, and I think this is the one that separated it like that. The most overpowered ability. Right, it's like a campsite. It always was weird with that. They changed up the whole area. Turned into a campsite, changed up the whole area. I remember seeing this orb right here by this lava, and I was like, yo, how, if they changed this area, did they despawn all the orbs, or how do you find the layouts, or did they change it as it goes? As a kid, I was so confused, and they always made me want to, like, try to find the orb guides on whatever few notepad guides they had on the internet back then, like on Cheat Planet and all that shit. And then you would look, and I think there would be random advertisements, or even in the back of the game manual, they'd be like, yo, we have all the Precursor Orb locations in this Jak II official guide. And I was like, I might need to get that. Is that the only way we're gonna figure this shit out? Never got it. Cool. But that was what they try to, like, that's what pushed it into my head. I was like, yo, there's no way. Yeah, there's only one switch left. But that guide, I was like, bro, all the Precursor Orb locations, are they gonna give it to me on the map? Are they gonna have like a highlighted page for each one? That's what I assumed. Those Kingdom Hearts guides and everything, I was expecting like Pokemon stats and whatnot. Oh shit! I had to do it. 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 Satisfying. More destructible environments like that in a Jak and Daxter game, please. We got one more switch to go. Let's go around this whole place. The pacing of this area. I'm not trying to get dropped. I just want to get out of this. There's certain missions that are tough that I still enjoy a bit more. Like, honestly, as cancerous as... There's an orb right there. As cancerous as getting the Mars seal from the slums is, I actually prefer that over this area because it's so far away from the fam, it's so far away from the squad, it's so just out here. It's like in the middle of nowhere. You gotta go so far from these Precursor orbs. I'd rather be chilling back by the slums in the underground outside in the city. Can't even see the floor, it's not turning it properly. This music matches the game so perfect though. And the Christmas morning feel listening to this music, it matches Christmas jingles, but like on a more ominous Indiana Jones type of exploring type of thing with these bongos and shit in the background, and you're just like, I feel like a real proud explorer out there. I doubt they buy your powers, and the ramen shop will save me. Talking gibberish. If I didn't have Dark Jak, I would have had it now. Green Black Flag is your favorite one? Yes. No, hot take. I ain't trying to offend nobody with this one though. I didn't like Assassin's Creed 1. Played it, gave it my all. I try to love it so much because that was my first Assassin's Creed. I got it at the same time as Assassin's Creed 2. And I was like, yo, for this Christmas, we're gonna play all of Assassin's Creed 1 and let's jump right into 2 because I'm hearing so much good stuff about 2. And I had some friends that just used to love Assassin's Creed 1. Play Assassin's Creed 1, bored out of my mind doing the same shit over and over and over again, and even the combat system was mid. And I was just, I played the entire thing all the way up to against Al-Muhalim and beat him. And then barely could follow the plot, barely follow the combat, and kind of blurred out with the same repetitive shit. And then I played Assassin's Creed 2, fell in love with the entire game because I fell in love with the characters, fell in love with the gameplay, fell in love with the systems that they had, the XP systems. I was like, yo, this is just so much better. And that's where I fell in love with the series, AC2. AC2 was you first? Assassin's Creed 2 was one of the greatest games. It's been so long though. They need to remaster all these games. It's free money on the table. Instead of charging us for battle passes and shit, they need to go back to these games. Update them with the newer version of the engine. Add some more polygons and shit. Add some cleaner OSTs. Add some doable single player trophies. And guess what? Millions of dollars in revenue. Why don't they like my money? Some Hachigwamba up there, some manager. No, this is not honorable. You must use the Hachigwamba slice. I don't know if I got every precursor orb. I think I did. I'm just doing this shit out of memory. I got 58. It's crazy though. All these don't even matter until you get to the metalhead nest. If you miss any in the metalhead nest, your whole playthrough is ruined forever. That's the most brutal part of the difficulty in this game. You can't 100% it. If you go through the metalhead nest, they say, yo, you gotta redo the whole game. Sorry, buddy. This is the old school generation. Yo, you gotta redo the whole freaking game. Because all those orbs, they never come back. And I remember as a kid, I was like, yo, how do we get back there? How do we get back there? Is this intentional design? It actually kind of shows now as an adult lack of time to kind of make us get back there. Because there's no warning or anything like that. So it may be lack of time, but it just feels so polished that you wouldn't even think that. I just thought it was intentional as a kid. What do you guys think? Lack of time? 1 year development times back before debug mode got discovered. I love that shit. You can get all those. Oh, he hit his head and almost got one-hitted by the lava, and I would have had to start all the way back there. Oh nah. In debug mode, getting all these precursor orbs is lit. I love how everybody found that out years later. Like all these crazy ass things years later, you can literally just go into debug mode, get all the trophies, legit, in like 10 seconds. I think I did it one time on one of these playthroughs. It's crazy how they just keep finding shit like that. Like how they find shit like that years later. I was like, yo, people still have an interest in that? And everyone's like,
Yes, I have my debug mode. I will get my trophies. I will get my power shots. I just light them up. I wish I could aim down sight with this thing.
like, forget the crouching. Let me aim down sight with this. Sniper rifle. That is the one thing Jak and Daxter has been missing. Jak III. And this music, it screams like. It goes hand in hand with like Saturday morning cartoon shows. Like those have finished. Oh my god, I barely dodged that too. There's a totem pole with this ominous area in the fish head.
I'm on it. Wait
The
a
sand
minute.
over.
I think this time you should go get the thing. Looks dodgy up there. Don't hurt yourself, Jack.
Look at the giant ass seal in the fish. This game is untouchable. If I could, I'd make a part 4, 5, and 6. Technically, Jak X is 4, but yeah, I would make a 4, 5, and 6, and I'd buy all of them. I'll buy them as soon as I make them just to support it. Bro, you and Alex for childhood YouTubers, glad to still you Steve doing good, brother. Yo, glad to see you still here, brother. Yo, he mentioned Alex too. That's how you know you're real old school teens. I saw Alex literally, what was it, 1 week ago today? What was New Year's? Or was it Saturday? Some Saturday. Some last Saturday. Went back to New York just to go see my boy. Play Fighters tomorrow. We missed the precursor orb before this. It's alright. We'll come back. There it is. It's staring at me right there. Should I jump for it? Should I jump for it? Should I jump for it? Nah, we'll come back. We'll do a tour. We'll do a tour if we have to. For 100%. Jak 4 should take place after X. It should, and it should take place with Rain being the main villain. I've been waiting for a strong female villain like that. Like, if Neil Druckmann wants to go full social justice warrior, first game was Gaul and Maya. It mainly focused on Gaul being the villain. Second game was Core, another toxic male in the Baron. Still both great dynamics. Baron, I felt like his character, Krusty Krab, Mr. Krabs, his presence was just right up there with Core. Maybe a slight level lower, but they were two top tier toxic male characters that were just right up there. Gaul and Maya, they felt like they were hand in hand, but they just mentioned Gaul more. Errol felt like he was just a side boss, but pinned to the top of the chain. Rain felt like she could have been even more than Errol was in Jak 3 with the tone that they set for Jak X and her betrayal and all that shit. I felt like they could have made her some kind of kingpin ass bitch. Like, she would have been able to be better than Errol, I think. Easily. And there would have been Neil Druckmann's chance. But no, I think Rain could have easily been one of the most menacing. If they made her more evil and cruel, which was what literally she was doing to start with. Oh man, the whole switch up. Her plot twist is more than what he would have expected from Penelope from Slide 3 and 4. It's actually like hers was in the character to be that bitch. And that would have been pretty badass. She could have probably killed somebody, probably killed Torn and made it like super, super badass. Skyheat wasn't a good bout. Yes, yo. Rain by herself was already better than Skyheat in that pirate schmuckery shit. But 5, 6, and 7. Yes. Grass City and Rain, they could have used that so perfect. You should play God of War 2018 on the gaming channel. We did that about a year ago. It's on the channel. It was one of the first games I played. I didn't platinum it, but we did play through it. And I literally, it was November 2021, and then when I played it, it's on the channel. You guys find it right around there in that date. That's when the beard started to grow, literally from playing that game. And then all of a sudden, boom. But God of War 2018 is probably my favorite game of all time, right next to Jak II. Right next to Jak II. Just love the story, the graphics, everything Kratos stands for. The toxicity. If Jak ever comes back, they need to get his real voice back, definitely. It won't feel like Jak and Daxter ever again without this voice. If they get the other dude, if they get the replacement dude from PlayStation All-Stars, it's over. It's not the same Jak and Daxter anymore. It is officially, it's just gonna feel like stale bread. It's gonna feel washed. Errol right there looks more badass than he did in 3. Hot take.
The Baron's coming down pretty hard. Whatever you've been doing, you've really upset him.
Ford's hair looks pretty badass, and it has like these gelled up curls. Now we have these Hellcat cruisers, which should have been on the streets permanently after this mission, but they didn't do that. But these Hellcat cruisers really got the Baron all rumbled up. The Baron was a great villain, yes, and Naughty Dog didn't like all of us and they scrapped it. I would have loved to see them become like Return from the Silos. But the Baron was also a great villain. I love it. They did so good with these first set of villains. I don't know what they did with Errol, but there it is. I love how he tries to run away. He's dropping. This mission was tough as a kid. This mission was pretty tough. All these missions were tough. I remember from like a more helpless type of way, but like smash that shit out of the sky. Come back around, we got 4 more of these Hellcat cruisers that should have been around the city the entire time. You know what I mean? These Hellcat cruisers should have been out here every time. Like, they should have been an actual star difficulty, which is like also showing once again the time frame. But Hellcat cruisers, these black ones should have been started to come out with more hit points, more weapons on them, like a laser or some shit. The blast bot should have started flying out at a certain star level. 5-star difficulty, 5-star wanted. Currency system. Yo, Jak and Daxter. Surprised that didn't move me up. This is the basis for our AAA game on the PS5 yet again. This is the shelf for it. Kill it. Billions. Millions dollars Mr. Hachi Ramba at the top of Sony. You want money? You want money for a strip club? You want to throw money at big booty bitches? Well, Mr. Kira, please confirm Jak 5.
Take the property rights away from Neil Druckmann. Give it to Insomniac. What's up, Hida? Peak game. Peak. W. Nice Hellcat. This one's frozen. It's frozen, he's frozen. I love how you have to like flip the vehicle downwards to aim it. I got 37 shots, this is enough for this. Right next to the sentry guns. That's another thing, but they don't even move. So, they trying to ram me. Can I get this shot? He's cruising. I saw that happen. Oh my god. Bro. Yo. What happened? I tried to use Dark Jak. I tried to use Dark Bomb. It just took me out of the form. I took away 1 HP, survived. I jumped up into the vehicle. You could see the Hellcat cruiser got pulled down right there. I don't know what happened. I jumped into the vehicle. I died. Yo. The Dark Jak failed me and they just shitted on my whole playthrough right there. What in the world? I jumped into the vehicle. It just died on impact. It touched the Hellcat cruiser and they crashed too. And the mission failed. We'll get them next time. Captain Price belongs in this game. Bodied. I remember as a kid, it used to be like you have to ram into that shit, make sure you don't get hit by that thing. Mission failed music. It hits so bluntly that I think it changes you as a kid. That mission failed is like an F on your report card. That's what you feel as soon as you get an F on your report card. Failure. Ass whooping incoming. That's how I was used to fail. But it makes you don't want to give up. My Naruto. Whoa. My Naruto Nino way. My Dati Bio. Oh my god, I'm getting shot from every direction. You got this cop in my ass. Now this mission, they were really trying out in full pursuit. This is how every Crimson Guard fight should be with these Crimson Guard Hellcat cruisers. This is what I want to fight against with Dark Jak at the end of the post game. You know how many hours I have of just me playing as Dark Jak with no EXP system, just killing these Crimson Guards, destroying these sentry guns, just jumping onto these Hellcat cruisers, the base from one with Dark Bomb, making them spin out of control. Had over 100 hours in that. Literally, I'm just doing it over and over again because I love this Gotham City world, this New York Haven City world, this Jak II. Are they parked up here? What is he? He's in the corner. They touch me, I die. He blew up his vehicle too. I shouldn't have gotten mission failed. If this was a modern game, like, oh,
Hey, you good, homie. You good, homie.
oh my god, bro. Don't shoot me. Yo! Same spot. Same spot. Same spot. This is our world, Daxter. Our world, Daxter. Bro. You die if they touch you? What if you touch them, though? Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. Big bog. Big bog. I like the way you think. Let me touch them with my... That's a macaque.
I just buried him in the trenches. Yo! The slums are literally the trenches. They literally got trenches. They literally made trenches out here to show you.
Yo, this the trenches, son. This is the New York trenches. This is the least part of the city. Everybody from New York is like Jinx and Tool.
They are the average NY NPCs. Especially Jak III, Jinx. My boy Prince spotted yet another user on Twitch, and he gives them yet another gifted sub. Let's go. Special shouts to my boy Prince. This playthrough is dedicated to you. Thank you so much for the subscription nuke. Oh my god. The man said it about himself in my presence. I am beyond the kingdom. I am Zeno. I sit upon the throne. You hated this mission as a kid, Kellen? This was Black Air Force Energy Hellcat cruisers. But every time I ever heard of a Hellcat, like anytime some people talked about Hellcats, like, yo, what are we talking about here? Especially when I grew up, everybody driving real life Hellcats in real life, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where did Hellcat come from? Where did this term come from? From Jak II?
You got an actual Hellcat in real life.
I'm thinking about this shit. I'm thinking about this black one. These were badass, bro. They have the seal top. Look, you can't even see inside. You can't see the guard.
Ooh, I just dropped on his head. Big pop. Oh my god, the explosions, it's still so satisfying. And even with these graphics, it still looks phenomenal. Now if we have some particles, that shit.
Wait. What found me in the alleyway? He's gonna take the hit. He's gonna take the hit. Looks like he's way tankier. Yo, can they still kill me?
Streets. Of course you couldn't do better than yourself, Torn. More about a bitch. This is why Ashlyn doesn't love you. She loves you. Because I'm a doer. You just do nothing.
One thing also, if they ever remake the game, more missions with Torn Ashlyn to build more character development. Actually have Torn out in the field. It was so badass in the beginning, flipping that knife and shit like that, and actually being outside of the slums and hiding in the basement. We need some more Torn. In Jak III, we got to see him jump into the field for that one mission, and it was badass, but I need more of that. I need more of that. More team-ups with Torn. More sniper missions with Torn or something. We should have had some ghillie missions with Torn. We had missions with Sig, some bromance shit, but we didn't have none with Torn, showing us why he's one of the main recruits of the Underground. I wish I knew what these other recruits could do besides the Wastelanders. We know what the Wastelanders are capable of. What the hell is the Underground capable of besides me and everybody else drinking Diet Cokes? Because they seem like they're doing shit. Which was literally my first mission. At the pumping station. Pumping station. More Metalhead Invasion missions. One of the things that used to also bother me at the end of the game, you get into a fight with these Crimson Guards, you run inside the hut, I don't think they go away because there's no cutscenes. And it used to hurt my soul.
Expecting that little boy to save us is folly.
Look at him.
Ready?
This mission,
Go.
I remember this. Christmas morning trying to figure this shit out. This is also a form, if I'm not mistaken. There's another well hidden orb that I had no idea I was gonna find unless I had the guidebook at the time. I remember for the first time going through Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter, especially trying to get that 100%.
Okay, so you're good.
So much harder than Sly Cooper, but at least Sly Cooper, they were friendly enough to make you like put your foot in the door and hold your hand through some of that 100%, so it was a bit more manageable. Ratchet and Clank, getting the platinum for the first time was not easy. Those bolts, those nanotechs, those skill points ain't easy. Same shit with Jak and Daxter. They were both difficult in their own ways and different ways. Doing this shit one-handed, let's go. I almost double tapped that by accident.
Not bad.
I can't believe you've made it this far.
How far we've come. So many years, and I remember this used to give me so much more difficulty. I was thinking that like, there was that PlayStation Eye. I was thinking that maybe I always wanted to use it to be more interactive with the game, and I was thinking that PlayStation Eye was gonna like be playable with this. I didn't know if it was like compatible with every game, and I wanted to get that shit so badly just to try it out with this shit because it could interact with the screen and maybe say hi to the characters or some shit. But I remember that PlayStation Eye was on commercials so you can interact with things, and I was thinking you could use it with that, maybe make it easier. I don't know why I wanted everything.
Are relics from an ancient light tower. Old songs tell how this light tower once shined down on the actual site of Mars' tomb.
4 is so done with this shit. Inside that tomb. Inside that tomb. Oh, he dead.
I'm dead.
I love how Dax just collapses next to him. Yeah, you see how on the map it kind of looks like a giant dot over there, and it's a giant purple one? That should have been like a Juggernaut guy. Same shit with the Hellcats. We should have had the upgraded Hellcats. Shit, like once again, if they make Jak 5, they have the blue ones they can make the black ones, and they can make the red ones. Like we got upgraded soldiers in this one with the yellow ones. Or was it the next game? One of them with the it's this game with the yellow ones. They knew to do that, but they didn't know. Well, I think it's just time constraints. These guys were geniuses. This game just has so much geniuses. Look got lightning fast reflexes. He stands there without his cane and goes unnoticed. You always love the quotes when Daxter, when Jak dies. Yeah, it was a staple since the commercials, I think. The first commercial I ever saw Jak and Daxter, I actually hated the muted Jak. I was like, yo, I think he's with all these chicks in some kind of spa or something. I think that was one of the commercials. He was getting all the shouties, and I was like,
Who is this guy? The vibe of his character. It's like that of Dragon Ball, but at the same time that of Crash Bandicoot. At the same time, it's your PlayStation 2 and I'm too broke for that shit. So I hate him. And he's getting all the hoes.
made it to the mountains with Mars object fused together. The pieces have revealed themselves and all fuse into one thing. I don't know why Onan just had that thing in the pot, or was it me doing a ritual to fuse them together? I actually forgot off the top of my head. But from the beast, I'm gonna go splat. That should have killed Daxter 1000%. Put up destruction. That's what you made on your roots. Oh, yo!
Oh, yeah.
All these areas seem more polished than Jak 3's too. Like, this looks smooth, it's clean, it's open. I like the clean stuff. Really. Jak 3 seems more messy. It's war-torn, but it's more messy. More messy design. Here it's smooth. Smooth design, nice and open, and it's I like it a lot. Praxis statue. These cutscenes are bomb. There goes the Praxis statue. I love how Mars statue is so small with the key, and Praxis statue is like that giant. This whole cool thing, like having these artifacts all get plugged into these machines, was dope. The doom. The doom of Mars. Doom of Mars. There goes the head. Like I said, guys, we're going to be uploading this to Super Saiyan Paul Gaming. That is my gaming channel, not the channel Super Saiyan Paul. We upload Dragon Ball content to Super Saiyan Paul, but so make sure you guys go subscribe to it. We're going to be uploading this in the next coming weeks. Make sure when you guys see this on YouTube, smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell icon. We are... Let's see what happens. We're out of here. Let's see this shit. Destroyed the statue, and the boy is too young. The boy is too young. Adios, amigos. We're back where we started. Can you believe we're back where we kind of started? Look at that building over there. That looked like Rikers. Got the stadium in the view, and then we got this thing, this oil tanker, once again connected to the Baron to get shipped to core with all these. We're gonna end this episode part off right here. This video was sponsored by Prince Hiroku. Thank you, and I dedicate it to him. We'll be back in a second. We're still going to be continuing the stream, but we're going to be ending this episode part off right here. Like I said, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell icon. I love y'all. Stay safe. We'll be right back.
Young buddy, baby.